today we get a little bit of flow going because it's not as hot as it has been today. It's a little bit cooler, a little bit grayer. So we'll get a nice flow, warm through the body, and then we'll really get into the shoulders and the neck area just to loosen any tension up that we might have from sitting at the desk. But to begin with, let's start in a nice comfortable seated position. So we can be cross-legged, legs out in front, sat on a cushion. Do what feels right for you. And we're just going to rest the shoulders, see if we can just jiggle them down the back a little bit. And then close or lower the eyes, whichever feels like a better option for you. We're just going to arrive at the breath, feeling that cooler air coming in and the warmer air going out. We're going to start to maybe relax the jaw a little bit. Maybe you can give it a little wiggle. See if we can soften the forehead. Often we don't realise we've kind of crinkled up the eyes a little bit. Can we relax the forehead? And then can we follow the breath in through the nose? It goes down the throat, it lifts the chest and the belly. And as you exhale, belly and the chest soften, the breath comes back out through the nose. We're softening the breath, we're lengthening, but not forcing, not trying to force the belly and the chest out too much. Wonderful. Just keep that lovely rhythm of breath going as we check into the body. So just taking your awareness really into the body, maybe noticing where you touch the floor. What do the legs and the feet feel like? Going into the hips, the belly, up to the chest. Just noticing sensations, what it feels like. Noticing the arms, the shoulders, the neck, and even up all the way to the top of the head. Notice the clothes on the skin. Notice the skin that touches the air. Lovely. And then let's see if we can take a lovely deep breath in. Hold it there for a moment. And then let it all go out through the mouth. Let's take 2 more of those. A lovely big breath in. Hold it there a moment or 2. And then let it out. And 1 more big breath in. Hold it there. And then let it out. Find that natural rhythm once again. And if we've got the legs crossed, let's uncross them, recross them the opposite way. Mix things up a little bit. Rooting the sitting bones down. And we're just going to drop the head over to one side. So it doesn't matter which side we start with. We're just going to let the side of the neck have a little stretch. See if we can let the shoulders be heavy at the same time. Lovely. I'm going to bring it back nice and softly to centre. Just take a moment there and then take it over to the other side. Noticing the stretch on this side of the neck. Does it feel a little different? Does it feel the same? Perfect. Bring it all the way back to centre. And then we're going to let the chin go all the way down, but we're trying to keep a nice long spine, so we're not letting the chest and the belly collapse. Lovely tall body, sending the chin to the chest. Just notice the stretch down the back of the neck, maybe all the way down the spine. Fabulous. Bringing it all the way back up. Let's take a few rolls of the shoulders. Getting the blood moving a little bit. Shake off the arms. And then let's take the fingertips to the floor. Lovely. We're going to inhale, take the right arm up. And as you exhale, lean it over, sliding that left hand away from us. Going as far as feels good. We're trying to keep the chest open, so if you're feeling like the chest is starting to face the floor, just roll that top shoulder back. Lovely. 2 or 3 more breaths there. Perfect. Let's inhale all the way back up. As we exhale, just release. Give the shoulders a couple of rolls. And then let's take that to the other side. So inhale, let's take the left arm up. Exhale, slide it over. Lovely. So again, we're rolling that top shoulder back, almost as if we wanted to point the heart up to the sky. Perfect. Maybe 2 more breaths there. Fabulous. Let's inhale, bring it all the way back up. As we exhale, have a little bit of movement again. Perfect. We're going to take the legs out nice and wide. Rooting our sitting bones down to the floor. There can be a little bend in the knees if that helps you sit up a little bit better. We're going to take the hands into the belly. I'm going to interlace the fingers. And when you're ready, we're going to take a stir the cauldron. So we're going to reach forward to one foot, pull it all the way around to the other foot, and then back in. Doesn't matter really which direction we start because we're going to do this both ways. And see if we can link the breath. As we inhale, we're reaching. As we exhale, we're pulling back in. And we're just going as far as feels good. So this could all be in the arms if you're feeling that. Or we can really go for it. Fabulous. Let's take it in the other direction. Switch it up. Perfect. Let's take it through one more circle. And then bring it into centre. Shake off that upper body. Give the legs a little hand to come in. Give them a little pat, little wiggle. And then let's take it over to our tabletop position. So we're coming in, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Unlock the elbows. We're going to go through our cat-cows. So we're inhaling, lifting the head and the chest, pointing the sitting bones. Exhale, round the back, push the spine to the sky. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Exhale round and just flow with your breath. Just going to take a few moments here. Really waking up the spine. Fab, lovely. Couple more. Remember, you're always welcome to freestyle this out a little bit. Perfect. Let's come up off the wrist. Sit back on the knees for a moment. Give the wrist a little roll. And then we're going to take the hands behind us on the floor. Now, if this is a little more tricky, you can always take the knees wider if that feels better. And you can always come to the sitting bones and do this if it hurts the knees. So fingertips are pointing towards you. We're lifting the heart. Just breathing in, maybe squeezing the shoulder blades together. Letting it all out. If you want a little bit more, you can lift the hips up. It's going to get into the fronts of the thighs and maybe also the shoulders a little bit more. You can stay looking forward or you can let the head go back. It really depends on what feels better for your neck. Lovely. 2 more breaths here. Perfect. When you are ready, lowering the hips if they're lifted, gently coming off the wrists. Give them a little bit of movement. Rolling, wiggling the fingers. Then we're going to bring the hands back down, but then we're going to slide the knees back. So we're coming into a little half plank position. So you know you're in the right place when the tummy engages and you feel like you're holding yourself into space a little bit. Lovely. On an exhale, we're going to leave the hands where they are, but send the sitting bones back. Then the inhale is going to lead you forward again, and maybe we're going to drop the hips a little bit. Exhale is going to take us all the way back. Inhale is going to roll us forward. Maybe we're dropping the hips. So just flow with your breath. And the hips might come all the way down to the floor. They might absolutely not, and that is okay. Love it. Let's just take a couple more here. This is really great for the posture. It's a nice gentle little back bend. Lovely. Next time we come back to our child's pose, let's just pause it there. Let the head come down to the floor. If it feels good, we're going to leave the elbows on the floor, and then bring the hands together and see if we can take them over the head. Couple of breaths down. Lovely. Let's bring those hands back down to the floor. We're going to take ourselves up to our downward facing dogs. Just take your time. Send the sitting bones high. Let's send the shoulders away from the ears and pull the heels towards the floor. Giving the head maybe a little nod. And if it feels nice, we could take a little pedal out with the legs. Swinging the hips. Lovely, fabulous. Bring it to stillness, pulling those heels towards the ground, but we're not worrying if we don't get there. Lovely. And then when we're ready, we're going to look forward and we're going to step it, walk it or jump it to your forward fold. So feet are hip distance. We're going to let the body go heavy. Can we maybe bring the hands to the elbows and have that lovely little rock from side to side. Perfect. Let the hands fall away. A little bit more of a bend in the knees. And then let's inhale, roll it up. Nice and slowly into our mountain posture. Take a few moments there. Fabulous, lovely. We're just going to make sure that we're at the top of the mat, so we've got plenty of space behind us. We're rolling the shoulders, lifting the belly, the chest is nice and open, so we've got the Muller Bandha, pelvic floor lifted, chin parallel with the earth. Let's inhale, reach it up. As we exhale, we're going to step the right foot back, bend that left knee. So coming into our warrior one position. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's get a little bit of a flow through the arms. So nice big breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms back and down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, arms back and down. Let's take a few more, just at your own pace. And again, you can make these as big or as little as you like. You can take it up and almost lift the heart up so it's a little bit of a back bend, but just be really mindful of how it feels. Beautiful, lovely. Perfect. Let's take it through one more. And then as the arms come back, we're going to see if we can interlace the fingers and pull back and down. Or we can have hands to the forearms. That's absolutely fine too. Lift the heart, whatever version we're in. Let's straighten that front leg. A little balance here. And then nice big breath in. As we exhale, let's see if we can fold it forward. So this might be enough halfway. You might go all the way down. See how you feel. Two more breaths if we can, but remember you can always come out. And let's inhale, take it all the way up. Release the arms, reach up. And as we exhale, bend that front knee back into our warrior one. Checking in with our breath. And then let's start to take the weight into that front foot. We're coming into a nice little balance. So we're going to lift that back foot up. Arms are reaching up nice and high. Or if you're a bit wibbly today, bring the hands to the hips. We can stay here. We could take it further down so that we're in a warrior three position. But again, see what the body wants to do today. Lovely. We're going to inhale and bring ourselves back to standing. So foot down, lift the arms. Exhale, release. Oh, let's have a little shake off. And do take a drink as well if you need one. And then we're going to take that on to the other side when we are ready. So planting the feet, checking we've got space behind us. Let's inhale, reach up the arms. Exhale, let's step the left foot back this time. Bend into that right knee. Nice tall body. And then we're going to get that prana through the arms. So lovely breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms back and down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, back and down. Just flow with your breath. Again, you can take it up and lift the heart a little bit. So we're going into a bit more of a back bend. Beautiful. Let's take it up one more time. And then as you sweep the arms back, let's interlace the fingers, pull them back and down, and then let's straighten into that front leg. So just find that little bit of balance there. And then on an exhale, see if maybe we want to fold it forward. Just as far as the body will allow. Steady breath. Lovely. Let's inhale, reach it up. Reach up the arms. As you exhale, let's bend the knee. Find that warrior one. Fabulous. Let's take it into our little balance. So we're going to start to transfer the weight forward. Lift that back foot. If we're feeling really uneven, we can have the toes on the floor. That's absolutely fine. Or if we're feeling good, we can take it a little bit further into our warrior three. Beautiful. Let's inhale, take it all the way up to standing. Exhale, whoa, release the arms. Give everything a nice gentle shake off. Roll into the wrists. Lovely. We're going to step back to the top of the mat. A little bit of softness in the knees, the shoulders. Inhale, let's reach it up. Exhale, let's fold it down. Let the body have a nice big hang. Crown of the head being pulled towards the earth. And then let's bring the hands to the floor. So bend the knees as much as you need to. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Sending the sitting bones high, shoulders away from the ears. Then we're going to take the feet out lovely and wide, so about as wide as the yoga mat. Slide the hands slightly closer to the feet, so maybe just an inch or two. And then we're going to go for our twisted dog. So we're going to take the right hand under the body and reach for the left leg. So this might mean thigh, shin, it might be ankle. And we're going to see if we could look under that left armpit. A couple of steady breaths there. Lovely. Let's release that back down into centre. Just take a moment there to get the balance again. And then we're going to reach left hand under, grabbing hold of that right leg, seeing if we can look under that right armpit. Fabulous, lovely. Bring that hand back down. We're just going to come down to the knees. Sit back on the heels for a moment, or the sitting bones if that's better, and just give the shoulders a nice few rolls there. Feel into that space. Lovely. So we're either going to stay on the knees, or again, come to the sitting bones if you prefer. We're just going to get in a little bit more to this lovely shoulder area so it's nice and warm through. We're going to go through our cow face posture. So this is starting with the right arm. I'm going to reach up and then bend the right elbow. And we really want to try and get the elbow to point to the sky. Then we're going to reach behind us with the left arm, bend the elbow and see if we can bring the fingertips together. Now we're not worrying if we can't, it's just that direction we're heading for. Pause there, just breathe. Maybe closing the eyes. Let the breath settle. Lovely. Let's gently release that. Give the arms a moment. Little movement or stillness, whatever feels good. You might see the flood of blood going back into your arm. And then let's take that arm to the other side. So we're going to reach up with the left arm. Bend the elbow, reach down the back. And then we're going to take the right arm all the way around to see if we can meet it. Now often we find that maybe we can do this on one side and not the other. And just when you're taking your personal practice, you can just spend more time on the side you find more difficult to try and even out the body a little bit. But we're never symmetrical. Lovely steady breaths. Fabulous, lovely. Let's gently release. Bring the arms down. Give it again a nice little roll. If we're still kneeling, let's bring it down to our sitting bones. You might want to give the ankles and the toes a little wiggle. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And it's always nice just to give the feet a little bit of a rub, especially when we're quite upper body focused. So we're sat at a desk, we're typing away, we need to release the shoulders. We also want to ground yourself, so a little rub of the feet. Even a squeeze of the big toe can help clear your head. That's our reflexology point for our brains. Lovely. So holding onto the feet or the ankles, whatever feels right. Take a lovely deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to fold it forward. Let the head go heavy. And just feel a breath in the back of the body. Couple more breaths there. Just letting the shoulder blades come away from each other slightly. And then let's inhale. Roll it up nice and slowly, stacking the spine. Give the knees a little hand to come in. And we're going to slide it forward on the mat so we can come down to the ground. So give yourself some support, or maybe hold on to the legs, or you can reach out forward. Let the back come to the floor. Find that lovely long spine. Maybe even just shuffling the shoulders under the back for a moment. And then when you feel ready, give the knees a little hug in and a little rock from side to side. Just massaging the back into the floor. Lovely. I'm going to take the knees out nice and wide. Bring the feet up as if they were standing on the ceiling. And maybe coming in to hold the feet into our happy baby. If that feels inaccessible, we could always hold on to maybe the backs of the thighs, even the ankles. Just see what feels good. Some nice long breaths there. Maybe we're going to stretch one leg, then the other. Maybe we just have a little play here. Happy baby is just the perfect place to breathe and move in a nice playful way. Perfect. 2 more breaths there. Lovely. And then let's gently start to release the feet. Bring the knees back into the body. Get a little squeeze. And we're going to take this into a twist. So let's take the arms out to the sides. Lovely big breath in. As we exhale, let the knees fall over to one side. And we're finding the floor. So maybe if it's a bit too much, we can just lower the knees down a little bit more. You could even look in the opposite direction to the knees. Three more big breaths here. Lovely. Let's gently bring the head back to center. Bring the knees back to center and just take a few moments to yourself here. So maybe rocking from side to side, maybe rolling around in circles. Just do what feels good in this moment. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's take that on to the other side. So arms coming out, lovely breath in. As you exhale, let the knees go over to the other side. And again, you can turn your head in the opposite direction if that gives you a nice bit of extra twist. Just following the breath. Maybe 3 more breaths here if that feels okay. Fabulous. Let's move the head gently back to center, move the knees back to center. And again, you take what feels good. You might even choose to bring the head up to the knees into a little ball and have that nice little rock around. Perfect. Let's bring it down. Bring the feet flat to the floor, about hip distance apart, arms down by the side. So feeling that lovely long spine. We're going to go into a bridge position, really just to energize. So we're flooding the brain with fresh oxygen, fresh blood. We're also going to open up the chest. So when you're ready, inhaling, start to lift the hips up and just go as far as you want to go. And you might find you want to shuffle the shoulders underneath the back. We'll see if maybe we can hold it there. If we can't, that's absolutely fine. We roll it down and we come back up whenever we're ready. So we can always move it through dynamically if we need to. You could always interlace the fingers and push the hands down to the floor. 3 or 4 more breaths wherever we're choosing to be. Lovely. Let's softly release, and then we'll lower down all the way to the floor. As we get there, just take a few moments. Feel that lovely long spine. And then we're just going to let the legs go out long. Take the arms above the head and see if you could take a full body stretch. So imagine you're being pulled in 2 different directions, sending the body long. And then release those arms back down to the sides of the body. Maybe even rest the hands on the belly for a few moments. If the legs out long feels uncomfortable, you can always bend the knees. Just softens the back a little bit there. If it feels good, let's close the eyes. And come back to the breath. And just notice the rise of the belly as you breathe in. And the softening of the belly as you breathe out. Just feel that lovely natural rhythm of breath. I'm just taking a few more moments here to feel that little pocket of peace that we've created. Feel the heaviness of the body on the floor. Notice the sounds around you, from outside and from inside. And just know that this little piece of stillness can be replicated any time that you need by following the breath, softening the body. When you feel ready, take a lovely deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Take a little stretch and a little yawn. Oh, do whatever feels good to come back into movement. And then make your way to your sitting position whenever you're ready. Find that lovely long spine. And bring the hands together at the heart. Maybe just nodding the head for a moment. Just in appreciation of your practice. Thanking your body for everything it's able to do. Namaste.